Israel has temporarily suspended working ties with a dozen nations who backed an anti-settlement resolution at the UN on Friday. The vote condemns settlements being built in the West Bank and Jerusalem. The U.S. abstained rather than blocking that vote. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu launched a series of scathing attacks against the Obama administration following that decision. Ian Bremmer is the founding president of Eurasia Group, a global political risk consulting company, and is here to talk more about the conflict. So we've seen many things since Friday in this abstention. We have seen Benjamin Netanyahu say that Israel is suspending its working ties with the countries that voted for this resolution. We've also seen him come out and say we're going to continue with these developments. What's the message that he's trying to send?
Well, that he is the one leader of Israel that truly can defend the government's integrity, its national security, its patriotism against all of these other countries in the world. So they're besieged, right? This guy, you have to understand, he has only a one-seat majority in Israel's parliament, the Knesset. His popularity has decreased significantly over the past months. This, in many ways, is a gift provided to him by Obama and the international community domestically.
So he's speaking more to people at home than he is even just to the international community with all of this.
He always speaks only to people at home. I mean, that's, of course, the nature of any politician. But when we see it, we kind of assume, oh, this is meant for consumption in the United States, in Senegal and New Zealand,
right.
The people that voted against him. And the answer is not at all.
You mentioned Obama, and the Obama administration obviously has had this icy relationship with Prime Minister Netanyahu. When you look at the abstention, did it surprise you that that's how the U.S. decided to go? It
didn't. I've heard from the White House for the last several months that Obama had wanted to do something significant, and he may well not be done in terms of a legacy issue on foreign policy. He has felt that Israel has bedeviled him to a degree, that, despite all of the support he's given to the Israeli government, including this massive economic military aid package that he pushed through with Netanyahu, that he's never been able to get them to move on a two-state solution, never been able to get them to stop on settlements. And this has enormously frustrated him, right? Because America's a lot more important power, right? So definitely there's a little bit of let's tweak this guy. But let's face it, to abstain on this vote 4 weeks before Trump comes in and you're condemning them accomplishes absolutely nothing.
And you mentioned he may not be done, but it is true. You've got in less than a month, we have the Trump administration coming in. Donald Trump tweeting after the abstention, things will be different after January 20th. What might that mean?
Well, let's first of all say what it doesn't mean. What it doesn't mean is that the U.S.-Israel relationship is going to change, because it was friendly before Obama, it's friendly under Obama.
And has survived resolutions against Israel before under other presidents.
Absolutely. I mean, Bush pushed forward very similar language at the United Nations than what we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
But Bush Senior. So this is something we're very familiar with.
Right.
But what is very clear is that Trump is going to use this and other things as a stick at the United Nations. He's not going to want to support these multilateral institutions. He'll use America funding of them as something to be get us a better deal. And he's also going to be very supportive directly of these settlements. He's also going to move the American embassy to Jerusalem. So, I mean, the right wing in Israel will benefit from a Trump administration.
As far as the Obama administration, we know that John Kerry is expected to speak later this week, and you sort of said that the Obama administration may not be done here.
Right.
What might we expect from Mr. Kerry, from Secretary Kerry now, in regards to Israel and the Middle East?
Well, he clearly is frustrated. Let's keep in mind, Kerry made about 13 trips to Israel and Palestine, the occupied territories, when he first became Secretary of State. He desperately wanted a Nobel Peace Prize, but he desperately wanted to actually move forward the process. He got absolutely nowhere, so he's frustrated. It wouldn't shock me if he were to push forward a resolution at the Security Council that would recognize Palestine as a state, which again all the other countries would support. The United States historically would not. That would actually be quite a tempest. But it wouldn't shock me if he does that. Otherwise, I don't know why he's giving a big speech on it. So it would be interesting.
We've talked for years about this two-state solution, and I said to you I was surprised even just seeing that the polling from Israelis, from Palestinians supporting this. But is this ever going to happen? Is the question.
It's not, and it's not in part because the settlements, the expanded settlements, make it impossible to get to a place where the Palestinians could have a territory that makes sense. You'd have to remove all of those,
Yet we still have
or
these
land for land deal, which becomes almost impossible.
But we still have the conversation.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that at the end of the day, the two-state solution is no longer, it may be supported by the Israeli left, but it's not supported strongly because there's no Palestinian threat anymore. Right? I mean, the end of the day, the Palestinians are not coming over to Israel because the Israelis don't need them for labor. They're walled off. Hezbollah can't effectively launch rockets to threaten the Israelis because they have this, sort of Patriot missile defense solution. All of that means that if you're talking about what matters in Israeli politics, the two-state solution doesn't move you anymore. And that's, of course, not to mention the fact that Palestinians don't have effective or unified government that would put it in play on their end. So like Syria, like Ukraine, the Americans continue to talk about things that we would like to see happen, but they are nowhere close to reality. And this does diminish, ultimately, our credibility with other countries around the world.
On the world stage. Ian Bremmer, thank you so much. We appreciate the insight.